Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 10 of Tears of the Rose. It is lovely to be back. Uh, and once again, I'm joined by my wonderful cast here. All right, it seems to be picking up audio good. I cannot monitor my audio, which is super fun. Um, but we're glad to be back. So, before we jump into tonight's episode, we're just going to go over a few quick announcements. And I just realized I've opened some note thing twice instead of opening the announcement one because I'm a bot. Uh, but first and foremost, we are Dice with hired dice, home of friendliest shopkeep in the realm, where you can find quality polymer and metal dice and various accessories. You can do exclamation mark dice, which this week is working in chat. Uh, to get a few things. One is the still out of stock dice select we did with them Wellspring, but we also you also get the our affiliate link, which and also our affiliate code GRC10 to get 10% off at checkout on any order. And what one of the set I also encourage you, beside other dice affiliate dice set, to get is the reroll dice set if it is still in stock. I did not check, but you should be able to do exclamation mark reroll in chat, which will give you the direct link to that dice set. Uh, it is made from a recycled material, from like essentially uh, leftover from other dice making, and all profit goes to I don't know if it's all profit, but at least a good chunk of profit goes to charity. And look at that, they're still in stock. Wonderful. So yeah, go check them out. I have a set here. I've yet to use them, and I don't know what I did with them, but they are very cool. So yeah, go check them out. And you get cool dice. It's no, it's better for the environment because there's less waste, and also profit goes to a good cause. I noticed my camera sideways, which is bugging me. Um, Next, we are also affiliated with the awesome folks at Hit Point Press. They make TTRPG reference card and books and various accessories. You can do exclamation mark HPP in the chat to get our affiliate link. They make cool things like Humble Wood, Griffin Saddlebag, Deck of Many Things, and so much more. So yeah, go check them out. Um, Two other quick announcement notes that I want to mention. Um, One of them is our friend of this channel and friend of mine, Kelly the Opera Geek. Um, until March 30th, which I will need to get my hands on, she has currently an exclusive a partnership with Bonfire. You can do exclamation mark Edgeog to get to that design for the apparel. Uh, Profits from that will support the MS Society. Uh, it is a very cool Edgeog army design. Um, it's Edgeogs with an S.
Okay.
Yeah, multiple Edgeogs. Uh, Go check it out. It is a very cool design. I've seen it your seen things today, and I need to order it. It's because Fair did the command.
Ah, I
Aha!
can see it.
Mod battle.
Fair is faster and smarter than I am, everyone. We all know this.
uh, but yeah,
I'm not
essentially like
smarter. Let's not. I just
uh,
slipped in there.
I also spelled it wrong like 5 times.
spelling is hard. Okay,
I'm a writer. I don't spell well. That's
I
what
had to I had to
narrators
double
for.
verify how to spell the word, and thankfully, like Kelly, like spelled it properly in her post. So I just like to like copy the word. Um, but yeah, you can go check it out. The profit goes and support the MS Society, which it's a cause that we love supporting here, and I know it's very close and dear to our friend Kelly and her husband, Pirate Jesus, who has MS. And and you probably have somebody else in your life that has it without you necessarily knowing it. Uh, so yeah, go check it out. It's a cool design. Next little announcement: anybody that has been following us on socials, know that we will be supporting again this year. Take this, which is a wonderful organization. And why is it all right? Whatever fucking thing. Uh, I was wondering why it's not cycling through the character card on the overlay, but whatever, I can fix that later. Um, we're going to be supporting Take This. Right now, if anybody follows them on social, you can see that they are most of my actually, I was going to say most of the time, no, pretty much every time they run something such as the AFK room or other things, they don't make any profit. If anything, it costs them more than anything else. Um, right now, in order to be able to continue to operate and just basically exist, they essentially need like $200,000 by June, which is a lot of monies. Um, so you can do exclamation mark take this to what RC Nightbot already like posted the little reminder thing. Um, to see like how you can support them. We are gonna be in end of April, gonna be doing our charity weekends, which will support them. So that's what gonna be one way that you can support them and all the work that they do, and the general gaming convention space and mental health space. Um, so yeah, go support them if however you can. Just sometimes retweeting and support sharing the information for any like charity thing can go a long way. So all right, I think that's pretty much it. I think I rambled for like long enough. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure people are tired already to hear me talk, but screw them. I'm gonna be talking for quite some bit because IGM. Uh, that's why I love like sitting back and letting my player RP so that I don't have to talk. So all right, let's jump in now in tonight's episode proper. So where we left off last week, or little adventure in caravan on the way to Stony Run, uh, came across an interesting character, which they soon after found out that her name was the lovely Tanis, played by Pherin here. And they've also been told that she was assigned to keep an eye on them, follow them, or so at least. She seemed to be keeping tabs on what they were doing, which definitely made some people be a bit more on the edge about the whole situation. Nonetheless, as a group, they they arrive at the small remote outpost of Stony Run, sitting here somewhere near the edge between continent of Aldous and Kern. Through listening to conversation and so on. Oh yeah, also there was a Wolfnado, but which was pretty cool. Um, through hearing, listening conversation, they've noticed that some people seem to have gone missing in recent weeks or so. Some people that usually show up every to the market on regular basis were not there. So, with this information, you may choose to do what you wish to do. You complete a night's rest. However, well, some of you may sleep because some three of you. I actually you're decided to sleep in the carriage. I do believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which in some way is equally as crowded in terms of like space relation to sleeping in that inn. The only difference is that you are familiar with the people in your space. While Tanis decided to crash at the mayor's house because she already somewhat knows them, so might as well have a night of comfort. But here we are, the morning of. Uh, who amongst you would probably be the first one to wake up in the morning? And roughly at what time do you think you would be waking up?
Aurelia would probably wake up with the sunrise. I don't know if anybody else would wake up earlier than that.
I'll need to raise your volume a little bit because I can hardly hear you. Okay, I should be good now. Go ahead.
Aurelia would probably wake up with the sunrise. I don't know if anybody else would wake up before then.
No, I think
I don't know if
would.
Tanis would wake up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please, please.
Daughters first. I don't know if Tanis would wake up any earlier than that, but probably around the same ish time as Aurelia. Kind of has gotten used to like this group's schedule since they've been in the area. So just wanting to like be on top of things, and so now she just like full circadian rhythm gets up when the sun does, more or less. Doesn't mean she's happy about it.
That was going to be my next question. Is Tanis happy with that?
No.
Very few people are.
I think Lapare would probably be up shortly before sunrise. Just to, do his check around around the perimeter of where we're staying at.
Yeah.
Not necessarily cart, but like maybe like the surrounding buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Probably do his exercises somewhere not too far away from the cart.
Mm-hmm.
And just, taking care of his weapons and his armaments and whatnot.
Perfect. Yeah. So Napata, you like as you wake up, unlike the like hustle and bustle of the big city, here it's very quiet. It's almost as quiet as it was on the road when there was nobody around. Uh, in this moment, like it almost feels like a ghost town if it wasn't for like the bit of smoke from some chimneys. Uh, the ground is still very wet from the night before, but based on what you can see in the sky, it doesn't seem that it's going to be raining today. You're able to like see like the remaining star and like what will be like the sunrise over the horizon.
Real quick, is there anyone who is like within the town? Is anyone else up around? Is there any like merchants or travelers
Yeah,
or traders coming in? Can I pick
yeah.
up any conversation?
At this hour of the morning, you can give me either however you want to try to find somebody, either perception, seeing, or hearing, if you are like listening to people traveling around, or whichever works best for you.
Yeah, I'll do perception. Let's just check that. That one's all right. So that's a 15,
15.
and I got 6 on one die.
So with 15, that 15, you are able to.
I'm sorry, with my modifier 17.
17.
My apologies.
Perfect. It's quite formidable. So at 17, looking around, you are able to like to spot, essentially like two of the night watch, just essentially like about to do the last bit of shift change before the morning. Um, they're like not too far. There seems to be like a small little cabin where they can get if it's raining to be able to hide in for a little bit from protect them from the elements. But yeah, do you wish to approach them?
I'll let Panda describe what Nicolette does, and then if we come back to it later on, yeah, I don't want to take up too much. right now.
I think Nicolette might be are you waking up a bit later?
Probably.
Yeah.
Nicolette is very stressed out. She's very anxious.
Yeah.
She's very scared right now because she's now like, okay, maybe I'm not as free as I thought I was, but she's not sure. She probably stayed up really late and she probably sat there for several hours, like pinky hooked in La Parede's pinky, and
Mm-hmm.
then passed out like that, like way later. So she's exhausted. He probably woke up with her finger still hooked in his, which she never lets happen. She normally gets up early enough to move,
Yeah.
but she probably stayed there the whole night and just passed out. And she's
So
probably sleeping pretty hard still.
so odds are both Tanis and Aurelia are probably like in the process of waking up at this time. So whichever of you wish to tell me what you may be intending to do this early in the morning. Come on, I can pick. I don't,
Um,
if not,
I mean, I can go. I think Aurelia is getting up and stretching. Um, there's not like we haven't made camp, so there's not a fire to get going again. There's not breakfast to prep.
no.
So it's just I don't really know that she knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of with the idle time. So she gets up and stretches. I think probably walks around and checks the carriage because we did have somewhat of a fight. We were attacked. There was a tornado.
Yeah.
So checking for like damage and stuff like that. She's while not super familiar with carriages, is familiar with woodworked vehicles, I guess you could say. It
Yeah.
can't be that different from a ship.
No, I mean it's it's a ship with a wheel, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Um, and you've noticed like as you wake up and the fact that you didn't have a proper camp or like no campfires like to generate some heat, uh, especially this far north, uh, it's a bit chilly in the first hours, a few hours of the morning. Um, but uh, quick inspection of your carriage. Hmm. Let me see. You don't have engineering by any chance, do you? As an intelligence focus,
I do not. I have nautical lore and shaping as my intelligence focus.
which I mean makes sense. Um, let me see. Uh, just looking around. Just give me just a general intelligence test in this case,
Okay.
just to see if you are like you have the wits to like possibly notice what could be potential damage that will cause issue later.
Yeah. That's a
Because let's face it,
15. It's a
15.
15 with 3 on the stun die.
Do you wish to? Do you have anything that you wish to use those stunts on, or?
I always forget that the narrator's chart doesn't have one
No, I don't
type
have.
of a
It's
stunt.
no. I need to like I haven't like get myself a little print off of like because it's annoying on my chart. All I have is like combat focus
Hmm.
and arcane focus. So
Yeah, the exploration and roleplay ones aren't on there. Let's see, here it is, exploration. Um, I'll spend all 3 for that makes me wonder. With the intention of kind of as I'm expecting this, I'm watching the town,
Mhm.
watching people wake up. Just is there anything else I notice
uh,
about the town, about our surroundings?
you. I mean, you do notice it's a very quiet town, uh, and it's not too surprising that all like shutters are closed. Uh, One thing you do notice about your carriage is, well, some of the wheel from both here and there, like falling into a ditch, um, and the fourth like does have a bit of like a splinter in it, which will probably need to be fixed before it some of the spokes break and you tipped over. And the what you fucking call it, little thing that connects two wheels,
Axel.
axle. Thank you. I was like, I know that word, but I cannot remember it.
The pole thing.
The pole thing.
The wheel
I play a
pole.
lot of Oregon Trail. Let's.
The wheel pole thing. It's a very technical term, right?
The
Uh,
dysentery.
Yep.
So it holds the wheels together.
It seems to also have sustained some damage, especially from most likely from trying to like get away very promptly on a rough road to not also be sucked in with by a tornado. Which
Got it.
I mean, the
So-
tornado, considering like tornado would have done way worse.
Yeah. So normal wear and tear all around. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, you probably if before you like head back to all this, you will most likely want to get that fixed. Otherwise, you might break down alongside the road and be stuck there for a bit, which would be a bit shitty. You also probably like do notice your local friendly night person in apparel doing his morning ritual thing. I think that's pretty much what you observe real quick.
Yeah. So I think kind of walking past Laputad. Looks like we have some damage to the wheels, axle. Have to get this fixed before we leave.
You're muted, Lonzo.
Thought I hit the button. We could ask around, see if there's any spare parts that someone might be able to sell us, or somewhere we could repair.
Are you familiar with? I've never repaired a carriage. I wouldn't know what to do.
Not that much. I never had a ride in a carriage where I came from. I always had a horse, so unfortunately, not. But I'm sure someone in town might be able to help us out, give us some pointers and whatnot.
An outpost like this has to have somebody who does that, or somebody who does woodwork who can figure it out.
Yeah.
Can't imagine they don't have wagons that break down up here.
If not, did it look serious, the damage? Maybe the next town.
I again not used to carriages. If this were a ship, I'd be pretty worried about trying to make it to the next port.
Then you being probably the person with who's the most knowledgeable out of all of us, I'd take that into consideration.
But if this breaks, we won't sink in the water and all drown. So it's not quite as dire.
I like the optimism. But we will be stuck on a road with no movement. At least,
Yeah.
if we were on a boat, we could go down.
Yeah.
If we sunk.
Yeah, sure. I think finding someone here is probably a good move. I can ask around. I guess Nicolette's not up yet, so I can.
I'll ask around as well. We'll see
Okay.
what we go find. Maybe we'll both find the same person.
Perhaps.
And I'll check to see what else is happening in town. It's a little too quiet.
It is pretty quiet, yeah.
I'm
Especially
not
with
sure.
what we heard last night.
Yeah. You would think people would be a little bit more concerned about folks leaving, but so many people leaving, they may just want to stay indoors and stay as safe as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see but we'll find out.
I'll let
Get
you
you
know.
back here about an hour or so.
Sure. I'm gonna look for pastries as well. Do you like pastries?
Seeing as we're out on the road, we can't be really picky. So please, if you find anything, that'd be great.
I don't know if I'll find any, but I'm gonna try. And
Sounds
I'll
good.
head off. I'm looking for pastries and somebody who can fix our cart.
Perfect. And probably roughly because time is a soup. Um, Tanis, you're probably also on that cruise clock in their schedule, which is probably miserable to wake up that early.
Oh
Um,
god, it sucks so much. I'm it's complaining a little under my breath as I
yeah,
get ready for the day.
yeah. It's like all nice and cozy. There was like a nice little chimney fire, and you're
Nice comfortable
yeah,
mattress, like that you just sink into. It feels like a cloud.
sleeping there
And
like a
then
princess.
yeah, and then much like like everybody this week, waking up being like, why is why? Tanis also got hit with daylight savings time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
For,
I
for
think
some
she's
reason,
like,
I'll just say like practice that thing. It's weird.
yeah, yeah, that's honestly why, this, in case you guys didn't know, this plot is about murdering the king. Just for daylight savings time. No,
Uh,
but I think like Tana sort of gets out of bed kind of slowly, is like moving slow because she's
mhm.
just still not used to having to be up this early. Um, make sure like, she looks presentable as much as you can, sort of out in like bumfuck nowhere. um, uh, maybe take some time to like chip the dried mud off of her boots as much as possible.
Mhm.
Because I just imagine it's caked on there from the day
Oh
before.
yeah.
And yeah, she'll probably just grab like a quick breakfast from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Um, like some kind, like maybe some bread and like just
Yeah.
stuff that's easily portable. And just head out
Mm.
to catch up with the group.
Yeah, they do have like bread, fruits, and so on that could be easily picked, and you are
Yeah,
like the only one awake currently this hour. Uh,
yeah,
and both the mayor and his husband are still very much asleep. Uh, but you wake up, you're able to see the scenery of this very small town, and probably going around, and eventually will come across uh, the folks that you've been around with for since yesterday, which you'll probably come across. I would assume Aurelia eventually as she venture out into the town in the quest, a very important quest for breakfast. Um,
good morning. She
Oh,
says it, actually, she says it less enthusiastic, but I'm not gonna
hi.
redo it.
Morning. Do you sleep okay? Did you have a good night?
Yeah. Kind of looks at like the carriage and maybe probably notices Nicolette still, there's still like maybe sounds of Nicolette still sleeping in there, and like deduces, oh, they slept over here. Yeah, it was fine. How about you?
Oh, it was fine. A normal night. Um, you you're familiar with the area, right?
So.
We need someone who can repair a cart. Would you be able to point me in the right direction?
GM, would I be able to point them in the right direction?
yeah, you've been here at least a day or so before them, uh, so you would have to not necessarily the rundown of who does what and everything, but you are well aware there's a few. This being an outpost does attract craftsmen or craftspeople and any like woodworker, like carriage repair, smiths, and all that. There's some, uh, and you would be able to point them easily, like in the general area of where to find them.
Yeah, I give I give dad directions. So it's like, okay, when you get to the big rock in the middle of town, you wanna hit a right, and then go all the way down that lane, and then when you go three uh buildings down, hit a left, and that's where you'll find the woodworker.
Right. Okay. I'll try that. Thank you.
no problem.
We'll head off to find the woodworker.
All right.
I'll go with Aurelia.
Okay, perfect. And it's like Tanis said, it's not very far. It's not a big town by any means. There's space between buildings and so on, but everything is still very centralized unless you go to farmlands, which requires much more space. Um, and sun, sun is slowly rising. Just a rooster like yelling that, "Hey, it's time to fucking wake up," which would probably wake you up, Nicolette.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, you are able to find where uh, the house and slash shop of the one of the local woodworker is. At this time, just at a glance, looking in the general direction of the shop, there doesn't seem to be anybody. You assume that most people that work regular day hours, he probably start his day a bit later after he has like his food. And
That's fine. We can come back later with the cart. Just need to know where it was.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So that's where it is. They're pretty friendly from what I've gathered.
Okay. You don't mean us any ill will, right? Your arrival has made the group nervous, and we've become protective of each other.
I've had this is probably not the best way to start off my answer, but I'll say I've had plenty of opportunity to do you harm.
Mm-hmm.
And no harm has befallen for you by me. Uh, I'm just here to observe.
Okay.
But I mean, I do understand. I understand the question. I would ask the same myself if I was in your position. I am an anomaly in the group.
You are, and your presence here complicates the situation for at least some of us.
Oh, you mean for Miss Nicolette?
Perhaps.
Well, um, I only have my word. I can't really prove anything to you. So, I mean, not right now, but maybe in the future.
Perhaps. Would say that if we ever found you meaning harm to us, that I would step in, but honestly, I think Apara would beat me to it fairly quickly.
Based on what I've seen, I think that you would probably get the edge on him in that race. I mean, he's quick with this weapon, but you're also quick with a windstorm. And I think I fear that more.
Noted. But I'm used to sailing with a crew that I don't entirely trust, so I do not mind you being along, but know that we have become quite protective of each other.
Makes sense. And I would expect no less than of you guys to be apprehensive and not easily trusting.
Glad we've had this talk. Have you seen a bakery? We should get some pastries before we head back.
More dad directions.
yeah. like this town has a bit of everything. Obviously, it doesn't have like high end luxury, but it needs to sustain itself, right? So,
Yeah.
so that's definitely a place where you can find your friendly local meat pies, which will you can eat and it will sustain you throughout the day. So
Yeah, I'll just get an assortment of stuff for everyone. I feel like by now I have an idea of what everyone prefers.
hmm yeah, and you do recall when you arrived in town, if you paid attention, there was like a few like vendor um, that were usually there like during market hours, but there's most likely like just regular vendors as well. So
I think hearing a rooster crow wakes Nicolette up for sure because it's not
yeah,
something she's used to hearing regularly. They don't really have roosters in the middle of the city, especially not the upper ward. Um, I think that she probably wakes up, realizes that she slept through the night and didn't wake up before anybody like she normally does, panics for a minute. Um, and then like kind of tries to collect herself, brushes her hair out, you know, gets like her water skin and like one of her wash rags and washes up a little bit and because she's by herself in the thing. And I mean she had a bath, but she's still, it's nighttime. She just gets herself cleaned up and ready for the day, and it's probably still a little cool, right? You said it's a lot chillier
yeah,
up
it is.
here.
It still feels quite chilly. Like you can, um, if you ever slept in like a cabin where there was like no like wood stove running,
Yeah.
like early spring or like early fall.
Yeah,
There's
it's that
still
like
that.
it's like just
Yeah,
barely above freezing, but it's not
yeah.
so
There's
cold you're
that.
gonna freeze to death.
It's not. It's like not like super cold, but the fact that it was so muggy the night before
Hmm.
uh, doesn't help either with that like little temperature there.
Yeah, she probably
Especially if you're not like accustomed to it, right?
right.
It's even worse.
She probably climbs out of the carriage just like she's dressed and what have you, but she
Yeah,
probably climbs out and she's like wrapped in her blanket still a little bit, like it's like a little cloak. And she'll probably step out and look around and see if anybody is about.
yeah.
So I'm gonna assume Lapidad didn't walk off without her. So do I see him around or no?
That's a question for a boy.
Yeah, no, he's nearby. I don't think he's gonna. Um, if he is out, he's not gonna be out for too long. But he's definitely not going to be just wandering the whole town
Yeah.
alone.
Mhm.
She'd, kind of slide out of the carriage and look around. Lapidad.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm sorry. I overslept. I didn't sleep very well last night.
no, it's fine. Yesterday was kind of a lot.
A tornado? Really? She's so much more powerful than I am as an adept. All I can do is heal people. I'm gonna have
You're
to get her to
comparing
teach me
apples and
tricks at some point because I wish. Um,
yeah, but you have two different magics.
Fair, but still, it's kind of spectacular to be honest. Is Aurelia here?
No, she went out to check and see repairs on the cart and also
Oh, did
see if
something
there's
get
anything to get
damaged?
food wise. Um, well, she doesn't know carriages too well, but she said if this were a boat, um, didn't feel comfortable in sailing it. So
Well, that's valid. I will defer to her judgment on it. If she thinks it needs repairs, then it needs repairs. We just need to find. There's got to be somebody that does cart repairs, a woodworker.
yeah, I think there might be someone in town. I was gonna ask around as well, but I didn't want to again.
Well, we'll wait for her to come back and uh see what she found out, and then at some point this morning we need to go find Tanis. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. If I'm sure Tanis might be getting some food. I think if anything, they might have just eaten
Oh,
at the
breakfast sounds so good right
mayor's
now.
place. Yeah, hopefully Aurelia found something. She said she was going to try and find some pastries.
Ooh.
but I'm not sure. This town seems kind of really quiet.
It's quiet, but I mean, it's your typical frontier town. They'll have stuff. I mean,
I
the
know, but
town I
it
come from wasn't
seems
very big. We had a baker. Hell, we had a cart repair place, and we lived on an island.
yeah. But compared to the last town we were at, there's
Well,
really
true. The last time was very tiny, though.
yeah. But we saw a lot more people out than I did
It is
here.
very quiet. But I mean, it's early and it's cold.
Still, you probably have to go fetch some water or try and at
I know fair to
least get
not just sit
something.
down with a whole ass delicious looking steak. I am starving.
It's a meatloaf.
Still looks
It's my
delicious.
dinner time.
Um, but yeah, no, Nicolette's just gonna kind of be like, all right, well, we are gonna need to get food. Let's wait for Aurelia to get back. I'm gonna go reset the cart and pull the beds back into chairs. Care to help? You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, nothing. What am I going to do? Watch you do it? I'm just here doing nothing. I'll help you out. Plus, I should probably learn how to do this, seeing as we don't really have a dedicated driver as well. So
Yeah, and I'll show him like how the cart's set up, like for the couches to the benches to be rolled out into like one giant bed that can sleep 3 to 4 people, and we'll move everything back the way that it's supposed to do. And I'll start prepping everybody's packs, like not necessarily our general extra supplies, but like the actual packs and stuff that we're gonna need if the cart is gonna go away for a little bit to get repaired.
Sounds good.
To get everything ready, and then I think I'd probably get out like some of Bijou's like kibble and get him breakfast or some
Yeah.
like jerky and I've got in my pocket, or like I'll just get him like whatever meat we have plus a
Hmm.
little bit of his kibble to make sure he has breakfast while we're waiting.
Sounds good. So, through preparation, morning routine, all that. Eventually, both Tanis and Aurelia make your way back to the carriage where you're able to see that indeed now Nicolette is indeed awake. And apparently nearby they're like essentially preparing a few things around.
Oh,
I'm assuming Aurelia, on your way back, you were trying to find a little shop to have some uh, food, correct? Probably
Yes, I
trying
do.
to
Yeah, like a
do
bakery.
that.
Most
Yeah,
towns will have a bakery of some
yeah.
sort.
And you are able to see like it's a little place. Like don't there's no actual name written anywhere, but there's a little sign with a little drawing of what seems to be a pot pie. Uh, uh, you're able to already like even this early start to smell what will be like probably things that are going to be getting ready and served at moment's notice for anybody that in town that wish to purchase and trade for food. Um, and through one of the open window, you're able to see this almost as tall as a parallel night person, very much grayish white, big beard, uh, more of what would call, yeah, most people would call it a dad bod. Um, yeah. He's a like Laparelle is very much he's a rip, right? This guy's he has extra love. Um,
he
he's
was
a
ripped at some point in his life.
yeah, at some point he was probably very ripped at this point in his life. But, he's a bigger fella. Seems to be going through the morning routine of like making extra pie and putting filling in and getting them ready as quickly as possible in his uh, wood oven for the day. And you're able to catch him through uh, the window. The door of his establishment doesn't seem to be open at the time, but like most places just don't leave the door open. It's just smart. Um, but yeah, you're able to see him.
Um, Excuse me.
Um, oh, hello. Yes.
Morning.
Morning.
Friends and I are just visiting town. We need some breakfast. Wondering if you had anything ready.
I don't have anything fresh ready yet. I may have a leftover pie pie from yesterday. It may be a bit stale, but if unless you are okay with waiting about 30 or so minutes,
I mean, we can always come back. That's fine.
or I can put a pie aside for you and your or a few for your friends. Um, just
Actually,
tell me like your name and
I will take the pie, and then if we want anything else, if not everyone likes the pie, then we'll come back.
all
We'll
right.
start with
And
that at least.
he goes and look. It's not a very big pie. It's probably like what would be a single person pie.
Just
Um,
one.
yeah. So that's the only one that was left from yesterday, um, which indicate me that I need to either sell more or prepare more today, or maybe less. I'm not sure. Um, but like I said, about 30 minutes. There should be some pie ready for you. How many pies do you need?
Um, we have 4 people total, maybe 6.
Are you sure? And you can tell like it's not a very big pie, but it seems to be like if you pick it up, it is heavy.
Okay. I've been traveling with everyone. Is anybody? I'm thinking, Lapidette, are you eating 2 pies? Like,
Are you a
'cause
two pie boy?
you're pretty ripped.
Lapinette is eating the half of Nicolette's that she's not going to eat.
Like
It depends how tasty this pie is, but no, I think he'll probably have a pie and a half. He has to watch his he has to watch his intake.
I mean, you need all that protein for all that gain, right?
Yeah, true, but I mean he does have a morning exercise.
Yeah.
Then again, what's another 50 squats to him?
All right.
Say 4 pies. 4 pies is what I
Four.
tell him.
Oh, perfect. I can do that. What is your name?
Aurelia.
Aurelia. That's a lovely name. All right, I'm gonna mark that down. 4 pies for Aurelia. Perfect. You're gonna have the first 4 pies
Thank you. Yeah,
because you're the
well,
first one here. So that's how I work. If somebody is late, screw them.
I appreciate it. We will be back in about a half an hour.
Wonderful. And you see like you just keep going like already partially covered with flour and so on. Um,
And I
you,
got the day old one too, right?
yeah. If yeah.
That'll at least hopefully hold people over for half an hour.
Yeah.
I'll head back to the carriage.
Alright, perfect. I'm assuming Tanis, you're following along. And you've probably seen this fellow before. If anything, there was probably pie purchase from this man on your like first
Yeah.
time around.
I think it's like a show of good faith. As Aurelia is leaving, Tanis will like put the amount of money that these 4 pies cost and like this leftover one, like on the
Yeah.
counter,
All right,
um, to pay for them. Just
perfect. Yeah, it would not be very expensive, right? It's essentially
yeah.
old fast food. Um, perfect. And so, moments later, the four of you are back around the carriage.
Oh, good morning. I apologize that I slept as late as I did. I'm rather tired for some reason this morning.
Oh, it, it's quite all right.
Um,
It's,
Lapidette said that you had gone to look for breakfast. Good morning, Tanis. Apologies. Um,
Morning.
um, there's damage to the cart, yes, that we need to get repaired.
yes, I found the woodworker. They're not open yet, so we'll need to bring the cart back. I did
Okay.
find I have 1 pie. The rest of them will be ready in about a half an hour.
Oh,
But you look like you need this more than anyone, so
I
why
have
don't you take it?
I have something I can snack on, and my bag Lapidette is the one who uses the most energy out of any of us, I think. But I have some granola I can snack on if it's going to be ready in a little bit. You said for fresh ones.
About a half an hour.
Oh, that I can wait for that long. Tanis, a word.
Yes.
Um, I wanted to apologize for my behavior yesterday. Um, I was. I'm sure if you work with um if you work with the crown, I'm sure you know a bit of my history. And I'm sure you can
Uh,
understand where I am a little suspicious after I was told that we wouldn't be followed. But that's not your fault. You were not a part of that conversation, nor were you privy to what was discussed. So I put undue fault on you. I understand that it is not your fault that they sent someone after us. You're just doing your job, and I wanted to apologize.
it's no problem. No, uh, no foul blood between us. I completely understand. Uh, I understand. I might have acted in the same way as you if the positions were reversed.
Thank you. I appreciate it, but it was not becoming of someone in general, let alone someone who's supposed to be, the chipper one. But yeah, it's things are really weird right now for a lot of us, and I just wanted to apologize because it was not becoming of me, especially.
I think even people who are considered the chipper one are entitled to a bad day.
I appreciate that. It's been a long time since I've been allowed to have one. Um, but yes, you know the area relatively well, yes?
I've been here for a couple of days. I've managed to sort of do some exploration. Why do you ask?
Um, we're how much did they tell you about our reasons for being here?
Let me check
Are
my
you asking
DM with the
me?
GM.
Uh, so you were like originally you were told that like they were gonna be sending a message just to do essentially a pulse check of the town and like quick survey like how many like people are around and like just, and see if there's anything that needs to be addressed and if anything either to be able to help or report back as needed, right? If it's something above their like pay grade or their head, like not to get involved or get himself killed.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, essentially like their task was nothing like super big. It was just
Yeah.
hey, go there, like
It,
give a pulse check,
you guys are basically doing a census.
Yeah, they're basically like doing a census and like it's
Okay.
to see if they can do that well and help a few people along the way.
Um,
All right, you get a passing grade, and move to bigger thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I'll say all that.
Yeah, we were told to come kind of check on things just because there had been some weird reports and we had heard back in Aldous that there were some really serious things going on, including people disappearing, and it turns out that those are actual real reports. We overheard some stuff in the inn last night while we were having
Yes.
dinner that there's multiple people that are not normally unseen, people that are regulars at the market that have all of a sudden disappeared. And I'm not 100% sure if it's above our pay grade or not. I do have the means to check in uh, with the finest, but I'm asking your opinion as to whether or not we should check in or we should just do some more investigating. Because I just kind of like I don't necessarily want to get in over our heads and do something we aren't supposed to do, but I also don't like the fact that there are people missing here.
Uh, well, based on my understanding of your mission, you are to get a pulse check of the town and basically get a population count of some sort. And it is my understanding that you are allowed to help people along the way as necessary. And I think looking into people who are going missing is falls under the purview of helping people along the way.
Okay. Well, then I'm down to help if everyone else is. But I do have one other question. Um, Formal attire or travel attire? And she kind of like points out that she's wearing her travel attire
Oh,
for
travel
going.
attire for sure. This
Okay.
is these are farmers. They don't really do formal around here.
I know we have to talk to the mayor and stuff, and I don't know the politics of the town, so I thought I
Oh,
would ask before I decided
I
on
mean, the
change
mayor
or
is
not.
laid back. I mean, he and his husband cooked dinner for me.
Oh,
So,
that sounds amazing. Okay, well, that's not against the rules to have dinner on the house for somebody else, especially a political figure.
I don't think they really do politics like that around here.
Okay.
I mean, this isn't the court, it's just one person in a relatively sleepy town.
Noted. I appreciate it. The perspective helps.
I believe, yeah, I believe he was even like elected into his position.
Okay.
He was.
All right. Well, pies will be ready in half an hour. La Padette, please come eat these leftovers and get yourself some food. I know you're hungry.
Yeah, I'll get something to eat in a little bit. Just want to make sure everyone else gets a bite first.
She's got like a little pouch of what is akin to medieval trail mix.
Which is trail mix.
Ooh, some gorp. Some gorp.
It's got like granola
Good
in
old
it,
raisins and
nuts,
peanuts.
dried fruit, raisins. Like, I'm sure that Alice packed all of that stuff for us.
Yeah.
I'm like, trail mix. Does anybody want? She gave me 5 pounds of this. Somebody take this trail mix. I'm so tired of the trail mix, but I love her for it.
Can only take so much fiber in my diet.
Yeah, and I think sometime during the morning, once the sun's up, I'll just kind of quietly ping Amelia back at the chateau to check in and wish her a happy birthday because I missed her birthday a couple of days prior. I'll just let her know we were on the road. There was a tornado. Things got a little weird. Is everything good at home?
Yeah. And you get a general feeling that things are running as smoothly as possible.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I'll tell her to go down and talk to Alice because there's a birthday present down there for her.
Perfect. Yeah, but yeah, things are running just nicely.
So did I tell you that the kids picked up their kittens?
No.
They both got kittens. Pierre says the chaos has calmed down, but I'm very amused. They picked
They're
out
gonna be
such sweet ones.
they're gonna be entertained for hours.
Yeah, forever, hopefully.
Oh.
Familiars live pretty long, so.
It's very sweet of you.
I had been planning it for a while. They love Bijou a lot, and with them leaving, I wanted to do something nice for the kids. And I got to use my own money for it, and Pierre couldn't yell at me about it.
Well, even more of a reason, I guess, then.
Yes, they're named Cloud and Bolt, which is delightful. Aurelia, I think you would really like my kids if you ever get the chance to meet them.
I'd like to one day.
Did she get to see them before they left? No, she wasn't there yet.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Is there a reason why Pierre would yell at you for spending your own money?
He does not like me using my own money for things because he carries a lot of guilt about the fact that we never actually got married.
Interesting.
La Panette is on his payroll, not mine.
I dropped my notebook. Ignore that. I did know that. Oops, 1 second. Yes,
He prefers.
and I mean, it does look like that contract's up to end pretty soon.
Is it now?
Relatively.
How
That's-
soon?
News to me.
Tanis looks at La Prada and she's like, oh.
Just started
If
shit.
that's the case.
Yes, Pierre prefers to use his money for anything that he can. He wants to make sure that should anything happen to him, I have all of the money on earth available to me. and I don't have to spend a dime of my own money, which is, he's trying to do right by me in a lot of ways, but sometimes it gets a little old.
Well, yeah, and I mean, at some point, like, I mean, at some point, when do you get over that guilt, right? I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I understand, but it also seems like it just is what it is. And you seem to be very happy. So, and I think as long as, your children are happy, there's really no need for him to be so overbearing in some ways, it seems like.
Sometimes. Sometimes. We loved each other very much. We love each other very much, but unfortunately, politics being what they are, we had to, our lives took different directions.
It happens.
Yep, it happens. His wife is lovely. I adore her. I should check in with her. She's more likely to tell me the truth than he is anyway. The world could be burning down and he would tell me everything is fine, and she would let me know everything was on fire.
Yeah, she does seem to be the unknown nonsense type from my understanding. Looking at her notebook again.
She's very sweet. I see that you've had lots of information on us. If there's any gaps that you need
Oh.
filled in, feel free. I do tend to share if people wish to know things.
Oh,
Just not my client
Oh.
list.
oh, no, that's none of my business. No, and honestly, hope this is a room, not an interest of mine. Just that's that's other people's business. Has nothing to do with what I'm doing.
Excellent. Good
So.
to know. So we have breakfast pies. How is the meat pie? Has anyone tried it yet? Can we just divvy it up into 4 and just everyone takes a bite so that we don't sit here waiting for someone to take the first bite?
Yeah, I've already taken a quarter of it. It's probably just sitting on, I don't know, on the side of the carriage or
it
something,
good?
some flat surface.
I think it's
For
been
a
distributed
day-old
to everyone.
pie, it is still very good.
I
It's
think it's great.
it's a mixture of like a variety of meat, and a few like root vegetable in it. But
Nicolette probably gets 2 bites in and wolfs it down. Like just ungracefully insert food in face.
it is quite flavorful and very well seasoned.
Mm.
Uh,
Oh, these are going to be so good fresh in a minute.
I will say Tanis. I think La Parda just said that he divvies it up to everybody. I think Tanis will decline hers, mostly because like I've been staying with the mayor. I'm eating fine. Like y'all should have like one of y'all can have this slice of meat pie. I raided the kitchen earlier. I'm fine.
Yeah, you sure you're okay there, Taz? There's plenty
Oh,
here to go around.
yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine. You all have been on the road for a while. And I know that you have some supplies, but maybe not supplies like this. And I'm staying with the mayor, so I have access to the kitchens. I'm fine.
I appreciate it, but
One
you're
of you
welcome
should
to it if you
eat
want
it.
it. We'll get fresh ones in a little bit. These are really good.
Yeah.
Grandmama makes these, but she makes them with like shellfish.
You said it was stale, but I'm not noticing that at all.
No, they're really good the next morning. They're really good fresh, but
Yeah.
they're always good the second day.
They're a little bit more flavorful the next day. It like gives the time for the seasonings and stuff to sort of soak into everything. No, the meat pies here, fantastic. Probably one of the best things of this town, in my opinion.
Grandmama makes these with seafood back home. Very similar. Obviously, the flavor profile is different with game and chicken and everything else that's in here, but oof, these are tasty. I wish Alice would cook like this some days.
Couldn't you ask her to?
I could, but I let her cook whatever she wants. I kind of give her free reign. If I want home styly stuff, I usually make it myself, but Grandmama didn't give me a lot of recipes. I mean, I did leave pretty young.
I mean, you could always ask the baker how he makes it for you to take it home and try out.
Yeah, before we leave town, though, I don't want to do it while we're here and make it look like we're
Of
prospecting for
course,
jobs.
of course.
But I will absolutely ask him for his recipe and see if Alice will make some of these once in a while. Pherin would love these. That's probably why she doesn't cook like that, is she's looking out for his health. Can you imagine if we have a banquet and this is all we serve?
The people would probably never leave.
Right? There would be an absolute uproar, and then they would eat the food and they would love it.
That, or there have to be either some rooms or some beds nearby.
Well, I mean, there is an inn down the road. It's not
That
too
might
far.
not be close enough.
Everyone passed out in the ballroom. That would be an interesting pajama party. We've done that before, though. It was a wild night.
That would be quite a sight.
Pretty sure someone slept in the chandelier in the ballroom.
Now that's just interesting.
Tanis is scribbling so hard. Like, pajama party? Question mark. Somebody fell asleep in chandelier. How? Maybe ask later.
So we have to get the. Oh, I hope you don't mind. I got everyone's packs together. I'm obviously, if we have to get the cart fixed, we'll need to carry our things. I got them packed as best that I could. I mean, mine's usually packed, but I figure we don't need to carry like the bulk stores or anything with us. Yeah, we could just leave them with the cart and then take our individual stuff as needed.
I think so. Valuables, any supplies we might need.
Tanis, do you find the mayor trustworthy?
Yes, I do.
Do you think that he
I-
would be okay leaving some of our belongings at his place while we investigate things as needed?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, if anything, you just put them in my room. For safety, for if you want like additional support. I check my stuff daily. Nothing's been tampered with. So
Okay.
he just seems very much somebody who cares about his town and wants to make sure that everybody is safe and healthy.
Well, maybe we start there then. Discuss the missing people, see if he has any leads.
Oh, well, speaking of that, I actually was going to head over to the farm today if you want to accompany me.
The Emmett family, yes?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Uh,
That's who we heard was missing last night, along with Edwin.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
had been.
the mayor asked me to go check on the farm, and I told him that I would make my way over there today. Um, so if you're looking into it as well, I wouldn't mind the company.
Well, gladly. Are you two down to go check things out once we get some proper breakfast and get the car dropped off?
Absolutely. I mean, there's not
Yeah.
much else to do here.
I don't have a problem with that. I'm still under your husband's employment, apparently. And he looks over at Tanis. Like, how did you get that information? It's kind of like the look on his face that he's giving.
I'm very good at what I do. She snaps the book closed.
Mm. Very nice.
So as
Well?
you having this discussion and things like that, you are noticing that the town is slowly becoming more alive. People are waking up, getting in their morning routine. Some are getting ready for work, having a bit of food, and you can even see like where is what would be the market square. Some people slowly rolling in with uh, ready to set up for the day. Things are becoming definitely a bit more alive. It is not as alive as the capital city for sure, which never really sleeps. Uh, but definitely, you are able to see their people, the people going on with their routine.
Being
Similar
that it's
feeling
the
as yes.
oh, sorry.
Oh, similar feeling as yesterday. You do notice that they're very much doing their thing, although they will like notice you. They don't seem to make lingering eye contact or so on.
Being that it's Hearth Day, so it's the end of the week, is there any like does it seem slower because it's like a rest day, or does it seem busier like special stuff is going on because nobody's working and everybody's
It would be hard to tell just based on the fact that you are not very familiar with what would be the
the normal?
daily beat of the town. Uh, but you, from experience in like River City, you know that certain aspect of life are, especially on, like rest day, are getting busier for some people, and some are taking more rest.
Right.
Uh,
I'm just wondering if there's anything like fun going on, like special vendors that people are extra crowding around because they're only
yeah,
open on that one day a week or something like that.
yeah. No,
I'm
it
just
seems
looking
to
for
be
trouble to
regular
get
thing.
into because I'm Panda.
Yeah. It seems to be for most things like regular thing. Uh, if they're like in case, especially down this remote special vendors, is people like passing by and like stopping to sell their wares.
Is there any vendors with flowers?
Uh,
I mean, I realize it's still cold up there, but there are sometimes some early spring
there are
flowers
some
and stuff.
times with flowers. Um, you don't notice anybody setting up to sell flowers, but you do notice some people working in their like personal garden,
Gotcha.
which yeah, feeling that like in such like town, most a lot of people will have they will like trade and buy things from each other, but may have
Hmm.
like a few things in their like little homestead to sustain himself and
Right.
so,
Okay. Well, I will follow the group's lead.
yeah. So where are you going?
Think we're gonna get. I think we'll do, and anyone could chime in, but this is what me, Leopard is thinking. Meat pies, drop off cart, mayor, and then, well, meat pies, drop off cart, farmhouse, mayor.
Sounds good to me.
So you want to drop off your car before dropping your stuff at the mayor's house?
I think, I think so. I mean, Leopard
Here are
could
your
carry the
packs.
stuff for the time being.
And you want to go to the farm with your stuff on you?
Our packs, like our backpack, like
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Perfect.
our
I mean,
All
travel
right.
bags, not like
All right.
everything in the cart.
Perfect.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. No. Easy to find once again, especially if you just follow your nose. Uh, this whole pot shop. Uh, uh, and as he sees you, Aurelia, right this way, and like uh, still warm. Um, he present to you with four delicious and still as heavy uh, meat pies. That you do notice that you understand why they're this small and why like most people just will just eat one throughout the day. Uh, and you probably figure that this fella like before like developed this recipe probably ate quite a few. Uh, but it's a perk of the job.
These are delicious. Thank you. How much do we owe you?
Oh, and whatever fictional amount of money would be appropriate for that. I'm not sure like how the LDN fucking economy works. It's so weird.
I think Tanis already paid for it earlier too.
But don't worry about it. Like this little lady there, like took care of it.
Oh, Tanis, thank you. That's very kind of you.
I don't think Tanis actually came into the bakery. I think she's sort of just standing outside.
It was probably just generally pointing through window and so on.
I'd pop back out. Tanis, thank you so much for paying for breakfast. That was very kind.
Oh, no problem whatsoever.
Nicolette's gonna probably just like take a couple little bites and then wrap it up in like whatever cheesecloth or ever
Yeah.
is there and like tuck it in her pack. Because it's not. There's no way she's eating a whole one if they're that heavy. She's already had a quarter
Yeah.
one. She's probably pretty good.
They're a pie made for the working person,
Right.
right? Somebody that needs like the calories and energy throughout the day. Um,
Aurelia eats the entire thing before she makes it to the cart.
Let's go.
no
I think
regrets.
Look, if it was a
Lapida
busy
just
workday for Nicolette, she'd eat the whole damn thing too.
I think Lapida just has like a nice big bite.
Yeah.
He's used to rationing out food throughout the day, so
Perfect. And eventually you do travel towards where there's like the local carpenter, which you see like is probably already like setting up to work on whatever project he needs to work on throughout the day. Which for carpenter town like that, there's always something to do, tools to make, shit to fix. Um, there's and the carpenter that you see is this. It's hard to tell because Vatan or Vata people are they don't age the same way as most people. Uh, but what do you call them? And it's not there's the Vatahan, which are like the pale skin one, and there's the Vata. What are your
Vatasha. That's
Vatasha?
what Tanis is.
Yeah, Vatasha. There you go. And this person is Vatasha. Um, uh, you're not sure if it's how old she is per se, unless you're very familiar with their biology. But she's already there, working with tools, making sure that everything is sharp, and she noticed your general approach. Hello, can I help you?
Our cart is damaged.
All right.
We were looking to see if we could have it repaired.
All right, love, bring it in.
Well, I don't. Is it like an open place I could bring a cart inside?
Yeah, it's designed
Okay.
to, especially like if that person has to work on shit during shitty weather.
Gotcha.
She,
I would
she
have.
she opens a big barn door that they would probably be able to roll in.
All right. Yeah. Then I will get some help leading the everyone in there.
yep, Lapida goes and goes to the back of the cart, tries to push.
All right, so some damage on it, right? And like she, you can see that it does not. She has like a very keen eye for that kind of things, so does not take her too much, as especially like, damage on like carriage. They're usually around the same place,
It's a bit
right?
of a storm.
Yeah. All right. So need to remake a wheel. When are you leaving?
We aren't sure yet, but we can wait until it's fixed. However long it's going to need to take.
I mean, it'd probably take me a few days to be able to fix things.
We should be here for a few days. Yeah.
I don't see why not.
All right. Well, if y'all got the coin, I got time. I can fix
How
it.
much? How much did you say it would be?
Whatever it would be feasible for that. Yeah, I don't know. You owe equivalent of like a few gold.
Nicolette hands over the cost plus an extra
Yeah.
50%. Please take good care of the horses.
All right, I can get somebody to help me with that. I don't do animal husbandry,
Oh,
but
do you
I
know
can.
if there's is there a stable where we can keep them?
I mean, for the coin, I can figure something out for you.
She gives her an extra and doubles the cost and goes, "Please find a place to take care of the horses
Yeah,
so that we can just get everything done in
yeah.
one spot."
And I mean, there's definitely like people in town that do animal husbandry, right? That will be able to take care of those things.
Yeah, but she will run and get them, and we don't have to make another
Yeah,
trip.
exactly. All right. Well, See me in 2-3 days.
Okay.
Should be good. Unless I break my finger, then it should take more time, but it should be all right.
Well,
I
please
still
take
have
your
all my
time.
tin.
Does it
Please take your
happen
time so you
often?
don't break your finger. I'm sorry, Aurelia, you were saying?
I was just wondering if that happened often for you to bring it up.
No, it's just a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I would not be a very good carpenter if I keep breaking or losing fingers. It'd be very hard to my job. I mean, not
I
say
guess
that.
so.
I've never cut some of my
Ugh.
fingers. I can see
It's
that she's
just like-
missing a bit of her pinky.
Right. We I think should move on to our next destination.
Moving on.
Moving on before she tells you all the injuries that she ever sustained doing that job.
Well, I got this scar right here from.
Look, chisels are dangerous. You don't fuck too much. You fuck around and you find out. All right. So, what is your general next destination?
The farm, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
I will let Tanis lead the way.
Yeah, and it's quite like, especially on foot. It's quite ways out.
Yeah.
So, as you venture through the town, seeing the people and so on, through the Emmett's farm, this is where we will take a bit of a break, and so we can, pick up as we arrive to the location. So we'll be right back in in a few minutes. So get up, stretch, drink water, do whatever you need, and we'll see y'all very soon. And we are back. So, uh, right before the break, our little Drew had some pie dropped off in our carriage to be repaired, and then went on a bit of a trek to the Emmett's farm, which Tanis, you know, is a bit of a ways away. So, say 30 to 45 minutes walking easily, depending on your pace. Uh, you're able to eventually see the farmhouse that you assume based on general information that is most likely the Emmett farmhouse. From afar, you're able to see the house, the field, and also uh, the one barn that they have, which is probably where they keep, you know, either if they have beasts or and store grains and things like that in there. As you approach, uh, one of the things that you notice, actually, can can you can anybody give me perception seeing?
I know I'm seeing, I have searching, but I can do just a straight up perception check.
Yeah.
Let me double check
Empathy
my
does not
number.
matter for this.
Not really, no.
Okay.
15 and a 6 on the stunt die.
Do you wish to use any of those stunts?
Mhm. Uh,
14.
14.
16 for me.
Perfect. And Tennessee, do you want to roll on that one or? And you can also perception here will also work in this case.
Yeah, I only got a 9.
Okay.
Or yeah, I think. Let me double check again. Sorry. I have way too many things up and like just one screen.
That's a mood.
Oh no, I got a 10.
A 10. All right. So, probably the pilot with not high perception seeing. Uh, you are able to, from afar, see like a few people in front of what they're like the farmhouse is. They're just some seems to be standing there, some to be a bit more bent over, as if they're working on something, picking at something. You're probably still over 100 feet away from them, or 50 raccoons.
Thank you for the conversion. I understand now how far we are.
There you go.
Frank, I swear to God. It's the
Like-
crossover no one wants.
Like I will, I
Monster
will,
of the Week and Blue Rose.
I will use anything but the Imperial system.
Fair.
Just so it's known, I think for my stunt dice, I'm going to use the object of your intention
Mhm.
and speedy search.
All right. what does the object of attention does again?
You receive a +1 bonus to further tasks to examine or perceive additional aspects of an object
Okay.
of your test until the time or venue changes.
Okay. And like both Nicolette and Aurelia, you do notice like those people there as well. Uh, Eventually, obviously, Tanis, you cannot miss it. It's there. Uh, but as you approach and like slowly walk towards them, you definitely notice there's definitely something off about them.
Off how?
Do you have intelligence natural lore, or does anybody have intelligence natural lore?
I do not. I have nautical lore, and I'm very good at empathy. Um, but if something seems off, I think almost reflexively, her eyes flash a moment, and I'm going to heart read. I think I can. Let me check. I haven't done heart reading in a while. I think I can heart read a room or like an area.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Let's see. Heart reading. I can get the emotional atmosphere of a gathering of people, concert chamber, party, conference, anything like that.
So one of the things that really puts you off in this case is that whoever, whatever is there, does not seem to be driven by emotions.
I think Aurelia stops just suddenly as we're approaching.
Hmm.
I don't think they're safe.
You don't think they're
I'm not sensing any emotions from them at all.
okay?
Anybody wish to roll me an intelligence lore, intelligence test?
I
As
can
you're
do
observing that.
intelligence. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it's kind of my thing.
I got
Yeah,
0
mine as
modifier
well.
in intelligence. I'll take this.
So +4 or just normal intelligence.
17 with 5 stunt points.
Okay. Um. So the humanoids form that you see there, a lot of them seem to be very almost like be shambling aimlessly, while others seems to be very interested by whatever is at their feet. As you are somewhat closer, you're able to see that what's at their feet or in front of them is very much a person, but they people around them don't seem to be alive as your party is.
I rolled a 19. Do I
Uh,
have any other pieces of information?
yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that every good sailor and pirate story always have like tales of the dam, right?
Mm-hmm. Ghost ship.
Uh, like it gives you like a tales of the dam feel, but only on land.
This is very bad.
How
Maybe
close do you wish to approach them?
we shouldn't let them see us.
I don't know. I mean, we have to figure out what's going on. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know that talking to them is going to accomplish that, but be ready to fight if you think you want to try. Just don't get too close.
Tanis, suggestions?
Tanis is looking at like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I don't know. This is weird. The vibes are off.
Do we approach her? Do we just walk away and inform?
I guess my concern is that if we walk away, what is the potential of them actually getting to the town?
As you're pondering this, you do hear a scream from within the farmhouse.
Well, that we can't ignore. I guess we're going in. And I will use the upper hand for 4 stun points. And I want to know if you will allow me to pass those post 3 to initiative bonus to Lapared.
I'll allow it.
You have +3 to your initiative till the end of whatever's going on here.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to use my other one for advantageous positioning so I can make sure that I am behind him.
Good luck.
Smart.
I give
Look,
my
you
meat
want-
shield more to initiative, and then I hide behind my meat shield.
There
you
we
want
go.
you want the strong one and not the healer going first.
Tanis is also gonna keep back for because she's more range. She pulls like a bow off of her back, along with an arrow, and sort of holding it down, but still like kind of prepping it in case she needs to fire at something.
All right.
Is this where we just say hi and see what happens?
Yeah, I had one additional stun point left, so I'm going to put it in also an advantageous positioning. So I'm just going to try and like. I guess I'm the one coming up front, so I'll just come from
Yeah.
like their flank, like come
Yeah.
up from the side, see how they're doing.
There's a way like to get like slightly off the beaten path to probably go around bushes and trees to where you'll probably be able to
Perfect.
if they don't notice you, you should be able to like get the drop on them. At this
Yep.
time, they seem to be focused on what's in front of them and the farmhouse.
Do we see like a way into the farmhouse, like a back door, a window on the side, something?
From where you are, you really see like the front door, which is seems to be open.
We need to get in the house, yeah?
Yeah.
Somebody's
if you
screaming.
if you distract them here, I can try and sneak around.
Yeah,
If you-
that's not. Are you going to need me more here or more inside?
If I can interject, I think you
Please.
are more suited for inside.
I'm just here to help out in whatever way possible. I mean,
I can also stealth if needed.
sounds good. I'll try and make my way inside. Just everyone, just be cautious. You have no idea what we're going into.
Are you, as a group, like trying to get around them without being noticed, or are some of you staying behind?
I think we're trying to go around.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're trying to go around, but I think the 2 are gonna stealth around back, and then the 2 of us are gonna try to sneak in the front door, like around them.
Sounds good.
Yeah, is
All
that
right.
the plan here?
Possibly,
Seems
yeah.
like.
That's a good plan to me. All right. So as you are trying to stealth around, could you, as a group, roll me a dexterity stealth, please? And I'm gonna take the pretty much the average of how things go.
Oh, fuck yes.
I'm gonna roll. I guess their general perception.
Not my dice app closing on me. You said dexterity?
It is dexterity. Even if you do have the stealth focus, you can add that.
I got a 19 baby with 6 stump points.
Ooh. Any stun
Uh,
point you want to use?
That
Are
would
these
require me to open
combat
everything.
stunts or are these
Hold on.
exploration stunts?
Yeah.
Whichever you see fitting for what you want to accomplish. You're technically not in combat, but I would allow like you to pick from that table.
I got an 8, and I do have Dex Stealth. I rolled like doo doo.
I got
So
a
8 was
9.
including your dexterity and stealth focus bonus.
You're
If we're allowed to use combat
Mm-hmm.
stunts, then I'm gonna spend 5 to for when if I do attack, I'm gonna do 5 to do lethal blow, so I can get 2d6 extra damage, and I'll spend my 1 on rapid reload.
Awesome. You can hold on to those.
Yep.
And
Uh,
Aurelia.
Even with my abysmal dexterity, I got a 16 with 6 stunt points.
damn.
Nice.
And do you want to use any of those points?
Yeah. I decide if I load up on damage or. Actually, I'm going to split those up. I'm going to use 3 for setup. I'm going to set up Lapad for something. Give you an opening, so you will get a +2 bonus on ability test of your choice on your next turn.
Okay.
And then the other 3 for lightning attack, so I'll get to make a second attack
All right.
this first round, whenever it is.
Okay. Any of you going into the front as you're like sneaking around, you're able to see there's obviously this farmhouse does like have a secondary door, in back. But any of you are or which door are you going to? From your perspective right now, the front door seems to be more or less. There seems to be some interest from those shambling walkers here. And as you pass by, you are able to see on the ground what they were doing, which was very much having a snack.
I like it.
Rip.
Can I use my stunt points to use stay aware?
And what does it do exactly?
So stay aware, you take a moment to make sure you're mindful of everything that's happening around you. Make a perception test with the focus of your choice.
Okay.
And if I succeed, the narrator can either make me aware of some battlefield situation that has so far escaped your notice, or give you a +1 bonus to the next test you make. And then it's got rules about stacking bonuses.
All right. Yeah, go for it.
I would like to do perception searching and see if I can search for a way for us to get into the house without fighting anything because they're
Okay.
distracted.
Yep.
So that would be a. Ooh, that is a 6 and 6 is 12 is 14, 15, 16, 17. That's an 18 with 6 stun points.
Perfect. So you don't have a layout of what the inside of that house is. You can only imagine like it's probably quite simple.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many windows just to be able to have like surface that will like keep any heat inside when needed. But there's what seems to be one at least where you would assume either is probably like a kitchen, like dining area. Uh, that you could probably, I guess it's just like open like those shutters, and it's not perfect, right?
Yeah, we can probably hop in here and maybe
You may
avoid
want
a
to
fight.
whisper a bit louder.
I was just gonna like whisper them and be like, maybe we jump in here and we can avoid a fight. And she'll like pop the shutters open and climb in.
Are you sure you want to climb it?
Well, I would look at everybody else. You want me to go first?
You should probably look in first before you just dive through.
I peek in the window if I can peek that high. I don't know how high off the ground the window is.
It's not very high. It's probably like 4 or 5
And I
feet.
peek in first.
And from just looking inside, you're able to see two of like those like shambling walking creature being uh seemingly dead on the ground. One with like essentially a cleaver stuck in its skull. Uh, ne- Close by next to them, that you're able to see what seems to be like a woman with like what we call like farmer's fur coat,
Okay.
uh, which is becoming snack for the one remaining there.
Oh, there's still one up, but she's now lunch.
Yeah, she went out. She went out with a swing. Like she like did not go down easy.
Respect. I kind of drop back down. There's somebody just got killed and is lunch. They're eating people. Gross. Help.
Okay.
What do we do now?
So it's not a rescue mission then. It's just we need to kill these things before they go further into town.
Well, I'm gonna assume I brought my staff with me as like a walking stick. Yeah.
I would assume so. You would have came prepared. However, you decided to come prepare.
I can thwack things, and that's about it.
GM, I have a
Yes.
question. Considering I was chased by those wolves, do I get the
Yes.
sense that these people are kind of afflicted with the same thing the wolves were afflicted with?
Can you give me an intelligence test, please? Just to.
Sure.
I believe in you.
My great stat. Best one.
Now that you have like you're able to see them a bit closer. They're
Can
like
I
the,
assist because I have high intelligence and
yeah, absolutely.
give her the +1 to it?
Yeah, give her the
or-
+1,
Okay,
and the target
if
number would
w-
be slower,
With
slightly
your
lower,
+1 and also my +1, I got a 14.
which is pretty
Thank
good.
you.
Uh, Looking at them, you do see similar traits, similar affliction. There's definitely a connection in between those two things.
I just tried to write definitely a connection, and my brain merged those two words into definition.
Hey, whatever works, right?
Um, they look like they're afflicted with the same thing as the wolves.
That's not good. Suggestions? Other than we kill everything? Because if we kill everything, I can't do a whole lot other than protect you.
I don't think we have a choice. It's either we stop them here or there's no longer a town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanis, you
Mhm.
remember on your first day seeing those people in town. It was not just the two of them. There were two younger individual with them.
They do
You
have
only see two
children.
right now.
Do we don't see any children or any child sized
No.
zombies? Um, I wonder if their children are still alive or not.
There's children involved?
They have 2 children.
Then
How
we
big
have
of a
to go
house
in.
is this?
Hmm?
How big of a house is this?
It's not a massive house, right? For what you can tell, it's most likely seems to be like a communal space
Mm-hmm.
where they will like keep warm, sleep, rest, and so on. And
There were no
probably a
like
bit of
rooms or anything?
It's not big enough and
There's
fancy
not like a
enough
loft or.
yeah. If there's a loft, it's probably like mostly
I
storage. Maybe a
stick
few
my
people.
head back in the window and I look around looking for anywhere kids might be hiding.
Uh, from what your perspective, I mean, you can see like there's like storage, like little ladder and things like that, but you don't know if there's anybody hiding up there. You do also know, like based on what you how you like approach there, that there's also a big fucking barn a bit further down.
I'm gonna guess the kids ran for the barn. Would you like me to go inspect? I'm good with kids.
Um, like if Nicolette was to go to the barn, how like does she have to cross through the figures that are outside of the house in order to get to the barn? Is there a way
So,
to get past them without them noticing her?
I do have a pen somewhere. Actually, are you all? You're not all in our roll 20, right?
No, but I
Oh,
can be in
no,
roll 20 in like
I
10
can
seconds.
I
be.
can. I can do you a very quick and ugly drawing.
It ain't gotta be pretty.
Yes, it does.
Well, never
Well,
mind.
Yep. This is the rest of the stream.
sorry to disappoint you, Fair.
Well, wow, I quit. Tanis is out.
All right.
If there are any natural water features here, a pond, a river, a lake, anything like that, please mark those on the map as well.
Yep, I will.
Just for
Alright.
my own shenanigans.
I know you like shenanigans.
We love shenanigans.
All right. So you are able to see here, okay? So the what is in blue are essentially small or building. The bigger one, they're not to scale. I don't care. Fair, you can be mad at me. It's fine. The bigger one is the barn. There's a big barn there, and what is in, you can see in red are like the roads that more more or less like beaten path, like whatever, and everything else seems to be field. As for like as natural body of water, you don't see things like a lake or so on, but what you do see around like there, roughly in yellow, seems to be like a well that they probably get a bucket of water here and there to do what they need to do.
And where are we? And where are
You
the
are
things?
most likely around this bit.
And there's two things that are like right by us, or they're out front.
So what where there are little enemies ish, there's some here in the brownish section, and obviously you've seen some inside. You
But
came
there's
from
nothing.
the south part of that.
Okay. I back up a little bit towards the back of the house and I look out the back. Are there any enemies or any of the zombie type things like running around back there? Or is it a clear shot to the barn?
You don't see anybody on the way there. If there's some in the barn, you're not exactly sure because you don't have full view from what's inside. Uh, but
I can go check the barn. There's nothing back here.
You can keep their
Uh,
attention up here if needed.
Yeah.
Who wants me to ping them once I know?
I
I
mean,
don't know if it matters. Just pick
Better
someone.
yet, can we just make the connection now and I'll psychic connect with Aurelia?
yeah, because she's used to it. She also has psychic contact. So.
Yeah.
You actually, when you do it, you feel her mind almost withdraw reflexively for a moment, and then doesn't.
Right. And I'll just stay in your head. You okay?
Yeah, yeah. Let's just find the kids.
Okay. I will drop all of my stuff so that I'm as silent as possible because she's not very big. And I will run full speed for the barn, making as little noise as possible and trying to keep to shadows. And when I have to make the cross, like across,
which there's not much shadow because it's very much open field.
there's not like shadow. I was like up against the back of the house kind of thing.
Yeah, you can go against the back of the house, and if you like, run towards what would be more or less
Yeah. And I'll stop and check and make sure nothing's looking at me before I run across the gap.
like a little like workshop little thing. Uh, and yeah,
And I'm gonna run for like I'm sure there's not like the big barn doors aren't the only way in and out. There's probably like a small side door. I'm gonna go for that door.
yeah. you see like on like as you're going like approaching, you're able to see like there's some clawing at it, as if they're trying to get something that is inside of that.
So there are some trying to get into the
There
barn.
seemed to be something that they're trying to get inside of that.
Aurelia, bring everybody. I think the kids are in the barn and there's things trying to get them.
On our way.
I
I'm gonna
think
like, I'm gonna like,
Papa was with Nicolette. I don't think he let her go. Knowing what's around, I don't think he let her go
fair.
alone.
So yeah, then I would ping Aurelia. We've got a couple of those things they're trying to get. I'm guessing the kids must be in the barn. They're trying to claw the door down.
On my way.
We'll look at Lapadet after you.
Do you want me to be kind of quiet, discreet, or we're just going in?
I think we're just going in. Those things are trying to get at those kids. I mean, they're like violently clawing at the door. Yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
they're they're
Yeah, I don't think there's anything quiet that we can do unless you think you can knock them out in one shot.
yeah, and you see out like there's like 4 like trying to claw in.
I think he just barges in there or kicks the door down, and
Well, they're outside the door.
They're
Yeah,
outside
Yeah,
right now.
they're-
Don't kick the door down.
Go have a meal.
I kicked them through the door. I'm
Well,
gonna
the
kick
kids
them
are in the
through door.
barn. They're going to go after the kids.
Directing
I-
you to the buffet. That's really
I want to get my
That's a
pole arm out
distraction.
and just take a swipe at one of them.
All right. So for that, we're just gonna quickly roll a quick initiative.
Initiative is Dex, right?
Correct. So your initiative is essentially 3d6 plus your dex. You can do that as a whole. Consider roll for like damage roll.
Do stun points?
They
Are-
don't. I guess. I think so. If it's something that's applicable, right? Like to take the initiative.
And you have +3 to yours as well.
Yeah.
All right. Choose a Walker.
I rolled a 12.
I also gave you the +2 on your next ability.
Yeah,
check, so if
I
you
have
wanna use that.
so
you can.
many.
So 12.
Lapadet goes first. He started with like a +5.
If you don't go first, it's because you roll like absolute garbage.
10.
What's there?
I mean, I did kind of roll
Oh, yeah.
garbage. One. On that.
Look, you cannot do worse than my things here. Did Tanis, did you roll?
Oh yeah, I got 12 as well.
12 as well. All right. Between the two, and you and Nicolette, you can choose whichever goes first up in the initiative.
I don't care.
Well, why don't we cross the bridge when we get there?
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good. And Aurelia, what did you roll?
13.
13. And Lapala, did you manage to do your math?
15 when everything's all
Alright.
said and done.
Wow, you did roll like dog shit.
Yeah.
A 4, a 3, and a 1.
It's all right.
I'm about to use virtual dice.
All right, Lapala, you are going towards them. What do you have in your hands, and what are you doing?
So I got one of my stunt dice. So I'm gonna use Stay Aware, which is I take a
Okay.
moment to make sure I'm mindful of everything that's happening around me. I have to make a perception check of 11 with a focus of my choice. If I succeed, the narrator tells me stuff, and I get a +1 bonus to my next tag. Perception 11. It's 10, 30. Yeah, all right. So I got 13 without adding any bonuses of it. So I have my polearm in hand, and I'm just going to just swing at the first one.
All right, roll me fighting.
damn, that's dog shit again. 6.
Okay,
That's
don't forget if
9.
you have like a focus in that pole arm, you can add that focus too, right? And you, I do believe
Uh,
you do.
no, I don't have a focus on that. I have a focus on bludgeon weapons. Does that Does that count as it? I don't think it does.
To use the back end of it.
Right.
I mean, it works.
I have a fighting focus of pole arms, yes. So I do have that.
There you go. Add that focus on there. What's your total roll?
Again, I rolled a 6. I have a plus that, so that's 9. And with the bonus, the focus, that's what, additional 1,
That's an additional 2.
2. That is 11 there.
Yeah. You do get the feeling that them being very shambly and not armored creature by any means, that their defense is not a very high, and you just come in hot with that pole arm. Roll me for some damage, please.
You got it. That is a 8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you like do smack them. You do feel like there's some weird, like supernatural resistance to them. But yeah, you did a good chunk, and they're definitely not aware that you're there.
Sounds good.
For flavor, can we say that because La Parade came with me, when I was talking to Aurelia and was like, "Hey, come here," I asked her to grab my staff.
Sure, that works for me. All right. So now we're crossing that bridge, Aurelia and Aurelia. Actually, Aurelia, you're there, and then you have
Yes.
Tanis and Nicolette on deck, which whatever order you choose to go.
Yeah. I will running up, toss Nicolette's staff to her. Do I still have the lightning attack thing that I got the stunt points for earlier?
Yeah,
Since this is the
it's
first
same
time we've
scene.
actually
I'm fine with it.
awesome. Um, yeah. So Aurelia runs up and tosses the staff, and kind of plants her feet, arms out, and frost kind of crawls out from her boots, and water pulls up out of the grass and the wheat that is here around us, and hangs in the air for a moment and turns into shards of ice and cuts in at one of them. The one
Yeah.
that
Are you
Lapred,
going at the
it
same one as Leopard? Already like
is it
as
still standing?
yeah, it's still standing.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that one first.
There seems like to be like hardy.
That is 8, 11, 17 with 3 on the stunt die.
Yeah, that definitely like be their like shit defensive.
Okay. That is 17. Sorry, there's math that goes with this. Gotta get back to cold shaping. What did I say? 17? That's 6 above, so that's 3 extra die of damage. So that's 46, and then I have 3 stun points. I'll use 1 for stay aware, which I'll do in a moment, and 2
good.
for mighty blow. So I'll do 5d6 damage.
Roll it.
That is
And does this bypass any armor that they have?
it's piercing. I don't think it.
Okay. Usually, like if it bypass armor, it mention it. So
Yeah, no, it doesn't. So they do have armor.
like they don't look like they have armor, but like as part of their like, creature stat block, they
Okay,
have armor thing.
I will keep that in mind on the next roll. So that's 12, 16, 17, 20 points of piercing damage.
Holy fuck! All right. Yeah, shards of ice like just go into it. Um, I mean, it's hard to tell, like because of their nature, like if they're like on their last leg. Um, but you see some substantial actual damage to it. It seems to be like almost like stumbling, like uh, having a
It's
hard time standing up.
it's still up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frustrated, she lets out a bit of a growl and steps forward again and digs her heel in. And the after the ice kind of went through it, the moisture on the ground shoots up in a single spike. And I'll do the same thing with my second. Not as good. A 15,
Yeah,
which is 3d6 total.
I'm assuming that it's something that can like do like multiple like attack action.
Yeah, so I had the lightning attack,
Yeah.
which allows me, to make a
Yeah.
second attack against
Oh
the
yeah,
same
lightning
enemy.
attack. I forgot about that.
That's 11 more points of piercing damage as
Oh
this
yeah, like
ice spikes up into it.
the creature is definitely impaled by it. Uh, whatever movement I had left in it, it's no longer there. But the other three remaining are definitely aware and are aiming to swarm toward whatever is closest, which is currently our big boy. So,
These things are a lot tougher than I thought.
yep. But we have now Tanis and Nicolette. Whichever order you wish to proceed.
Um, is the one that La Pared and Aurelia attacked down, or is it still up? It's down. Okay,
I mean,
and there's
it just got impaled by ice from underneath, so it's technically up, but not moving.
bruh. You yeah, stop. And there's three more left, right?
Correct. And you
Okay,
can see
just
like they're you have almost like a flashback of like that encounter with those wolves. The way they look at you.
yep. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and draw back my bow and shoot the next one.
Go for it. Roll me
Plus
accuracy.
4, 16 to hit.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I saw my stunt from last time, so I'm gonna add 2d6 to this roll. Make sure I go okay. So 3d6 plus 3.
And you can tell like a few of them are like in different like state of like how well maintained they are, so they probably have slightly different health. Some are like
Yeah.
beefier.
Uh yeah, that's 11 damage.
Oh yeah, that's a good hit.
Uh and I'm gonna stay where I am, but I'm gonna use my last stunt from last time to reload so that I can just shoot next time quickly.
Perfect. Rapid reload is good.
Yep, and that's it.
Nice. And still like a good distance. Perfect.
Yeah.
Nicolette.
I'm gonna run up on the one that just got stuck with an arrow, and as I'm running, I'm gonna like plant my staff in the ground and like do a kick to spin around to get its attention. And as soon as it looks up, I'm gonna undercut him with my staff
All
as
right,
I come back up.
roll for fighting.
Uh 11. Okay, so
That hits.
that's 9 for max damage.
Perfect. You can tell that like this one is like very shambling as well, like, but it doesn't seem to have any like fear or like concept of like
No
dead or wanting to
self-preservation.
survive. It's just driven by like aggression and hunger, which bring us to them.
And then can I put my guard up as my minor action at the end of it? 'Cause I'm right in-
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So currently, right next to three of them, there's both Nicolette and La Parade. Um, I'm not gonna manually decide that who is attacking who because they are just blindly attacking. So it's gonna be Parade. Even is gonna be Nicolette.
I mean, I'm
Odd,
right in its face, so
odd, even. All right. So I'm just gonna roll. So two of them are trying to swarm you, Parade, trying to go at you. No stun on that, which is good. So 10, 15 plus 0. Plus 1. Actually, plus 1 for that one. So I'm assuming 16 beats your defense.
Yeah, my defense is 15.
All right, I'm going to roll again for the other one. Oh, that one does stun, but does not have any enough stun point for like their favorite stun, so it's fine. It's like 12, 14, 15. So yeah. All right. So they just try to claw at you, trying to like get through your armor, like get like whatever fleshy bits of you that they can get. And I roll like absolute dog shit on that damage, which is good for you. Like first damage is 3. So if you have armor that is more than that, they don't do shit. And second one is also just 3. So if you have armor that is beyond that, they don't do shit. So I don't know what's your armor at.
My armor's at 8.
So yeah, they don't do they're just like trying to claw at you, and you're just like this wall of steel. Uh, Nicolette. Yeah, they don't have enough. That person doesn't have enough to use their stun. 7, 8, 9, 10 to against your defense.
no.
No, you just
Nope.
like shove your staff in its way, and it's just you see it's completely mindless. It's just pure aggression, which bring us back to the top.
All right. I'm going to attack again.
Are you attacking the same one as which one are you attacking? You have 2 against you, and you have one is
Uh,
attacking
The same one that I attacked the first time.
The first one is like it's dead. It's impaled.
All right, then I'll go to the one that's lesser damaged of the two that's attacking me.
Okay, which is okay.
So that is 16, 19, 21 with a
21 to
5
hit.
on the stunt
Yeah,
die.
yeah. Use those stunts point.
I will do lethal blow. So I take an extra 2d6 damage to my attack, and I already do 2d6, so 4d6. Not good. That's 7, 8, 9. That is an 11 for damage.
Perfect. So yeah, just creating that distance with your pole arm, pushing them, and just bring it down. It get embedded in it, like still moving, still shambling. Um, but yeah, you've took a good chunk of it. Could you do me a favor at
Of
just at
course.
the end of your turn? Could you roll me a d6, please?
6.
All right, thank you.
I don't like that.
All right. Aurelia with Tanis and Nicolette on deck.
So there's an injured one still up.
there's two injured ones. There's one that is
Two injured
engaged currently with Nicolette, and there's one that like Lapel just whack again with his full arm, and one that seems to be fine-ish.
Okay.
I mean,
I
fine
can-
is relative, right?
My concern is the one by Nicolette, I think. Yeah. Again, arms up, pulling the moisture from the wood in the barn this time. Droplets pull out into the air above the one in front of Nicolette, and long, thin shards of ice shoot down.
Yeah. Thankfully, it rained the night before because that's usually pretty dry wood.
Wood always has moisture in it. I can get into that. I
Especially
speak
like
as someone who takes
doors
care of
outdoor.
museum collections. Wood has to have moisture in it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's bad for it.
Oh, that's quite good. Is a 21 total
I mean, yeah, that will like fuck them up. Yeah.
with 2 on the stunt die.
Okay.
I will spend the 2 for pierce armor.
Okay.
21 is 10 above, so that's 5 extra outcomes, so that's 66.
Weird magic mat.
It is very weird magic.
Tanis was not wrong.
About what?
Like,
Aurelia being
Aurelia,
Being
you
fucking
much more afraid of
badass.
Aurelia. All of us terrified of Aurelia. I'm very glad that she's on our side.
I'm just here waving a stick with a blade at the end of it. Aurelia's
I'm just
like,
waving a stick.
Imagine there's people out there that do things like that, and they do it like not to be nice.
Pherin, you were muted.
I know, I realize that. Leave me alone, okay? I was just saying, yeah,
I
well,
won't.
all La Parade has is a fucking stick. Aurelia has magic and can do that shit from a distance. I think I know who's the scarier one.
20 points of armor piercing.
Oh, he's
piercing damage.
fuck. He's like
God damn.
that shit isn't like.
I'm like sitting there holding him off
Skelly.
with my staff, and I'm just like,
I just pack up my bags and go
Thanks.
home.
Sir, I quit
fuck
this
it, you know.
job.
let Pierre
I
know
am
I
under-
quit.
I am underqualified.
So yeah, long thin shards come down, kind of crossing, almost creating
Yeah.
like a cage almost.
Perfect. All right. Anything else? Yeah, with your minor action.
Forget what the minor actions are.
I mean, while you at it,
I don't. Why are they not on the narrator's thing? No. We'll just say no because
perfect. All right. Nicolette. There essentially like activate, aim, guard up. It's at the bottom.
I'm literally just gonna flip around and crack the one that has already taken damage with Lapadet in the back of the skull.
Sounds good to me.
So I'm like, oh, he's dead. Thank you. Clock. So that is 5, 10, 12. 12 to hit and 2 stun points.
All right.
So
That
the
hits.
hit is not as good. 5 damage.
All right. Yeah, you have a feeling like it seems to be very hardy. Like you hit it like solid, but it didn't move all that much.
All right.
Any minor action?
I'm looking. The really armored one, I'm going to press the attack, so if he runs, I can run with him and hit him again.
You have a general feeling that they don't have a sense of self-preservation.
Just in case.
All right. Tanis.
I'm just gonna shoot the one that's still up.
Yep.
That is an 18 hit with
Absolutely, that works.
6 stunt points. So I'll
Okay.
use another 5 stunt points to do the additional 2d6 again.
All right.
3d6 plus.
May I suggest Pierce Armor is a good one to have in this case?
Let me check. I think I do have that. I think it's part of my. Oh no, I have pinpoint attack. Oh, but I can actually add another 1d6 to that. So one sec. With my
There you go.
pinpoint attack. Let me roll. Okay, so total is 17 damage.
So, how do you want to finish this one? Which is the
I
remaining
just
one?
shoot it through the eye and it pierces his brain and dies.
And for a moment, you're like, "All right, I got him." It's still up, and it just flops. uh, which you've been a bit noisy here, and you have to remember that there's some nearby.
Yeah.
But at least there's nothing clawing at the barn.
Yeah.
You are able to see like from there's those doors, but there's like a bit of like a gap at the top as well. Um, what's your plan?
We should take those others out before we get the kids.
There's
I
quite a
think.
few out there though.
Like exactly how many?
Like there was easily like 6 around like poor Mr. Emmett.
Uh,
Perhaps we get the kids and
It's
then
up to you.
see if they have a
Right.
town guard.
Aurelia has us. We'll just go back. We'll get the kids. We'll go back. Aurelia.
Yeah.
Or it would just blow everything up.
Aurelia,
It's fine.
just make another tornado.
Tornado.
It's fine.
There would be the actual risk that it would go through town.
What's a little property damage compared to someone's life?
I have
Right?
insurance for that.
They'll be thankful.
Yeah, they have medieval insurance, right?
Yeah. The old
We
insurance.
are soldiers.
Yo.
You could have even gone, "We are farmers."
I know.
I
You
could've.
could easily because they are.
Wow.
It's
Oh
a
my God.
farming town.
Wow.
That's incredible. um, let's get the kids and then. Well, the 6 have seen us at this point, right? Or at least have heard us.
You notice that there's a tension and there's some starting to walk, but you also notice that they are not like the most perceptive thing.
Okay.
They have to be like
Okay.
close.
They also
to
have a
actually, like,
snack.
yeah.
We should get the kids in beat feet.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I look at the door and I kind of knock on it. Or is there like another like a window or something I can climb in?
I mean, there's not a window per se, but you like the way that like barns divided. There seems to be like a big door, and there's also like opening at the top. That
How
if you
tore
just
up is this
need
door?
to-
Would it be easy enough for us to get in?
like it gets like 7 feet high.
Like, no. How torn up is it? Like, is it beat
I
up
torn
enough
up.
that we could probably break the door down and just get in?
With enough violence, yes. Or with
Well.
a bit of width that you could probably like figure out a way to unlock it, because you do have a bit more width than those creatures.
I mean, I can try to unlock it. Or is anybody good at picking locks?
I mean, yeah, I feel like there's
Uh,
it's not like an actual like, door lock. It's something
Like a
probably
bar?
Probably like
Yeah,
a
oh,
beam
yeah.
across the door.
Lapala, do you think you can get this door open?
After seeing what Aurelia's been doing, his confidence is a little shaken. I could try. And
poor buddy. Roll me a might.
might. Okay. I have
You
stuff
can just
in that.
reuse your poleaxe to like lift the bar.
8, 9, 12, 14, and a 4 and a stunt die.
Yeah, it's more than enough to like lift it. It's not You're a big strong boy.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son. I love you, son.
Love you too, Dad.
So, but yeah, we're able to open it, and um, the inside seems to be empty, beside like hay and shit. Um, take a look around. You don't see any movement this time.
I'll peek my head and be like, "We got the things that were after you. Are you in here?" I'll say it just loud enough that it's not gonna like draw other attention, but that hopefully they'll hear it.
You hear a bit of shuffling from like the top part.
They're upstairs. Give me a minute. And
I
I'll like
make
go
my yeah. I
climb
Climb
up.
the
leave the
ladder.
doorway.
Yeah. And I'll climb up and be like, "We're friends. We're here to help. Are you okay?"
Yeah, and you see like they're like fairly young. Um,
Younger than my two?
about the same age as you, all, like give or take. You assume they're close to their age. And they're almost identical. Like it's like they're like which one's the oldest. Like um,
Hi. And I'll like go kneel down in front of them and like be at their level so I'm as non-threatening as possible. Like crisscross applesauce, just sit down. Hi, my name's Nicolette.
are they gone?
We got rid of the ones in
Where's
the
Mom and
barn.
Pop?
I don't know, but we're gonna get you out of here, okay? We're gonna get you to safety and we're gonna get
Where's
help for your
Mama?
mom and dad. We'll get you help, okay? And I'll like stick my arms out like
Roll me communication.
okay.
Uh, persuasion.
Yeah, thank you. 13 with 1 stunt point.
They seem to instantly follow you,
Come on, we're gonna
but
help
they're
get
they keep asking like, "Where's Mama? Where's Papa?"
we're gonna help your mama and papa. We have to get you out of here first. That's what they want, okay?
Okay.
And you said they're both pretty small.
Yeah, you could probably like say like 11, 10, give or take of age.
Okay, so they're a little older than mine. Could I pick one of them up at my size?
Probably.
I hand the larger one to Lapared and I scoop up the younger one. And I'm just gonna like kind of hold them and stick their face in my shoulder and be like, "Don't look. We're just gonna run, okay?" And I want to like bolt for whatever tree line is past the barn, so we're not running back to the road to get clear and then cut back to the road.
I follow suit.
Perfect.
But I'm
Aurelia
gonna
and
do
Tanis.
everything I can to make sure they can't see what's going on.
Perfect. Aurelia and Tanis, are you following with your troop?
Yeah, but a little ways back, just in case we draw attention.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Perfect. So, as you beeline, you can probably get into a bit more to the wood part, which is a bit more covered before hitting the main road away from the MS farm towards Stony Run with two young one and strange findings.
And my pack is still on the other side of the house.
Yep. That's future Nicholas problem.
Yeah.
There's a few things that you have to consider about.
I mean, I think that since Aurelia and Tanis are kind of like have fallen behind intentionally, or Tanis could just scoop up the pack on them because they're going the
Sounds
same
good.
way out. So
Yeah, perfect. Going the same way, grabbing things, heading to town as quickly, quietly, and discreetly as possible to avoid possible other encounter. Daylight pass, and soon you find back the unassuming town of Stony Run, where they don't seem to be aware of what may be going on. And that is where we're gonna pick up, not next week, but the week after. Right? I think so. Is it next week?
I don't know. Next week I can't be
I
here, and
don't
the week
know.
after that I'm going to be a zombie. If I'm here, I'm zombie mode.
Okay. Uh, we're gonna figure it out. But hey,
Keep an eye on socials.
that's it for tonight. So, thank y'all for joining us and bearing with this slightly darker tonal shift. Um, I'm sure, like, you know, it's everything is fine. It's all good. You know, darkness and shadows. It's all good. Like, it's a happy fun time in all of all this. But we before we get out, let's tell everybody who we are and where they can find us and all that, in whichever order you wish to go. Or do you want me to roll for it?
Chaos
Whatever.
dice.
Yeah, you have
Just
to
pick.
roll the
Just
dice
pick
and do.
someone.
All right. I'm just gonna
Just
go in the
pick.
order that I have here then, which
Yeah.
is you first. So deal with it.
Bet. I am. Bet. Hi, I'm Pherin. You can follow me on socials at Fairbear. I do stuff and things that I don't feel like talking about right now. So just follow me on Twitter because that's where you'll know what I'm doing when I'm doing it.
There you go,
I'll
Valerie.
pass it along to Panda.
Hi, I'm Awkwardish Panda. You can find me on Twitch 3 to 4 to 5 to I don't know how many days a week I stream anymore because I'm painting stuff for Adepticon next week. I'm a professional mini painter and streamer. I'm on a lot of TTRPG shenanigans. Catch me here on Monday nights or catch me over on Feeds of Fairwick on YouTube. Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. I'm popcorning it to Lonzo.
How are we doing, everyone? I'm Lonzo Gonzo. You can find me on Twitter at Lonzo Gonzo underscore. You can find me on Twitch at Lonzo Gonzo. Um, uh, you can also find me on Wavering Force, a Star Wars podcast using Pathfinder 2E, where I play Oscar de Luna. You could also find me guesting on Faith Forge Academy as Alejio de Leon. As well. And I'll pass it over to. Oh my god, the name just escaped me. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed
Anna?
right now. Yes, I'm so embarrassed right now.
All right,
That
buddy.
is me. It is
It's a
quite all
priority, son.
right.
It is so late for me.
The time change
It
has
is.
everyone fucked up.
Yeah,
Yep.
we are all quite tired. I am Anna, aka Archival Dust, money most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG performer, producer, and podcaster. You can find me on Twitter at Archival Despot and most other social media, including Blue Sky and Instagram at Archival Despot. I'm in a ton of stuff. I'm always in a ton of stuff. I barely sleep. But I am also tired. So the only thing I'm going to talk about tonight is Bloom and Blight. If you enjoy magical girl stories, queer narratives, finding hope again from devastating loss, check out Bloom and Blight, our Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast. We have half of our first season up, and our holiday special featuring Lexi Black Girl Mage as guest director. And we are starting the second half of season one at the end of this month. So very soon we will be jumping back into that story, but it's a great time to catch up. Follow us on social media at Bloom and Blight on all platforms to watch for updates and for cast and character information, episode transcripts, and a link to our amazing community Discord server. Check out bloomandblight.com.
Awesome. Yeah. Make sure to follow all of them on social when they do shit because they're awesome and you should absolutely follow all of them. On my side, I don't do much. I am Frank. I work here. I also GM for Fiends of Fairwick, and sometimes I do music. You can find me here and there on the internet under my socials, which aren't dropping in the chat. Um, I too am a wreck thanks to the stupid thing that is daylight saving time. That should no longer be a thing. Please abolish daylight saving time. Uh, Thank y'all for joining us, and we will see y'all around. Good night.
Bye.